Okay, so I'm just trying to take a bit of a video here of my WRX in a few spots to try and zoom in on some of the paint chips, etc. So I'm just going to start off with something that I've just found and looks quite fresh to me. So I'm starting on the passenger side front fender. So let me just start with the wheel on this side of the car and what I've just discovered. So there's some gravel rash. Let me see if I can put a little bit of light over here. Some gravel rash on that front wheel, and I'm quite annoyed and pissed off because Subaru and my wife are the only two that have driven this car, and that gravel rash was definitely not there last time I washed the car. So in the interest of the full disclosure, I'm quite annoyed by that. Having said that, it is repairable. There is a little bit of gravel rash on my rear wheel as well, which I'll show. It's not so bad that it can't be repaired, and it can be sanded and repainted if that's the choice. The white spots are just dirt. I took this car to work today, and it was the fog didn't lift all day. A lot of moisture on the road and in the air, so the car's a bit grubby today. But you'll notice that I haven't actually had this car detailed. The way it's presented is the way it is on a normal basis. I tend to keep them quite well washed and cleaned on a regular basis, and it's got quite a good sheen on it as is, and that's just from a daily driver. I haven't actually gone out and got someone in to prepare this for sale. This is it. This is how the car is usually kept. I'm just going to go through the bonnet here. Actually, let me go back to that passenger side fender because I wanted to point out, if you can see that there. So when I purchased this car, it actually came with that paint chip in it. Subaru had it professionally touched up for me, but it obviously wasn't done very well because it's sort of like the top layer of that came off. But it's never got any worse, and given daily driver and there's a whole little swag of paint chips around the front bar, I've never got around to do anything more. But it's been my daily driver. It's not a showroom piece or anything like that, so it's been quite acceptable. The other thing I might point out, and I'll never be able to find it, if the light's at a certain angle and you're sort of looking down this panel sort of about this angle, occasionally there's like a door ding near this headlight, which I couldn't even find right now in this panel. It's very tiny, and like I said, you can only occasionally see it. As far as I'm aware, that's the only panel where it's got a slight door ding in it. The rest of the car, in my view, is pretty clean. There's nothing that I'm aware of. So I'm going to move off this wheel now because I'm fuming about that, and I'll interrogate my wife shortly. Okay, so the windscreen, as far as I'm aware, and I've had a good look around just today, there's no massive chips, there's no star chips. There's some tiny little ones, like stone chips, but nothing that will warrant concern in my view. The bonnet is pretty good. So this is the scoop. There's a couple of little chips. Now, what you're seeing there's a lot of dirt, so don't worry about the dirt aspect. I've taken it to work, as I said, and I've had sort of trucks and things in front of me today throwing up dirty water. There's a couple of little stone chips on the bonnet, so I've got one of those little Subaru paint touch-up kits, and whenever I see a paint chip on my bonnet, it gets a little white upgrade like that, a little dab of paint. So there's I don't know, there must be about 4 or 5 on the bonnet. I don't know, the lighting's pretty poor, sorry. Let me put my other iPhone on. This is my wife's iPhone that I'm taking this video on because my own iPhone ran out of space. No, it does help. So there's a couple of little chips there that have been touched, and it does need to clean. So nothing major in my view. I actually saw a 2010 blue Rex in at the car park at work today. Went over to have a look, and the guy's only done 80,000 Ks, but it is covered in stone chips and scratches. So obviously he's not a fan at looking after his car. So this video is being done with a very shaky hand and on an iPhone. Headlights are clear. You'll see a lot of WRXs without having clear headlights. They're very clear. So I'm just going to go around the bar. I'm sorry again about the lighting. So in my view, what you're seeing, the marks are actually stone chips. Whilst the car is dirty, that is stone chips. So down here, there's a few, and up through there. So there are stone chips there, and nothing major. It's not flaking. These are, the car's done 108,000 Ks, and I do a lot of highway driving. Most of this car would have been on the highway, as I go down the highway every day to commute to work. So stuff gets kicked up. The worst one is this. That stone chip. And if you're wondering why I haven't touched this up, the little Subaru touch-up paint is only for metal panels, not for flexible bars. So I did actually go and get some touch-up paint made up for the plastic parts, mainly the front bar, but when I tested it on a piece of plastic that I had, it ate the plastic. So the guy obviously didn't make it very well, and I wasn't going to test it on my WRX, so I just left it. So that's, that's sort of, since brand new, what it looks like. It's not too bad compared to my previous cars, etc. This one is nowhere near as bad. So there's another paint chip there. Now some of these are little pieces of tar that need to be removed. Like I said, I haven't had a detail, but the majority of what I've tried to show you is close-ups of paint chips. So it's really bad reflections and things, and the car's actually a bit wet too because it's just come in the heavy fog all the way home. I'm just going to go around now to the driver's side front fender. In my view, nothing really to show there. It's a good panel, no paint chips. This wheel is perfect, no grazing or anything. Perfect tyre, everything's pretty good. These tyres were, I used to run the Pilot Sport 3s, but these tyres won a comparison, so I moved to the Goodyear F1. Just a particular type of Goodyear F1, I can't remember now, but they were pretty hard to get, but they've been great. The Pilot Sport 3s were great to start with, but after about 4 or 5, 6 months, I found that they went off and it impacted the steering directness. So nothing wrong with the tyre otherwise, but yeah. So this is the A-pillar on the driver's side. You can see a stone chip there. I'm just going to go back to the bonnet. So that's the windscreen. Sorry, with dodgy camera work. And there's a stone chip there, as I'll just pull out a bit. Okay. In my view, nothing major or extraordinary. The roof is pretty good. There's a, it's really hard to get in. I'm so sorry. Put a bit of extra light. No minor stone chip, but really, really good otherwise. Driver's side door, mirror, nothing to report. All really, really good. As far as I'm aware, the panels are great. The side skirts are really good. They're just dirty from the rain, etc. It's been a couple of weeks since I've washed the car, I think, and it does need a tub. This is the passenger side, sorry, the driver's side rear door. Again, good shine, no real issues, no door dings, no paint chips. It's all pretty good. Rear quarter, same sort of deal. I'll pop the fuel cap. Have a look in there. So that mark there is a bug. It's not a paint chip. It's just a bug. I don't know how a bug got splattered there, but it did. Pretty good in there, no stains. I tend to run this on 98 octane. Most of my cars that use high octane fuel. You can run it on 95. When I can't get 98, I run it on 95, which is the standard Subaru practice. But 98 or 100. The reason being, these really do respond performance-wise better. But you also get, well, I get. Remember, I do a lot of highway driving, between 60 to 80 extra Ks a tank, just by using sort of the 100 octane, 98 octane versus the 95. So it's a no-brainer for me. So the car's, 99% of its life has been run on 98 octane, and occasionally on 95 when I can't get it. This is the rear wheel and tyre, perfect, no issue there at all. It's pretty good. The rear of the car, I'm just going to try and get a little bit more light. We'll see. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty good. No real significant scuffs. That's just dirt. Back of the hatch tends to get, must be the aerodynamics, tends to get dirty. No, it's a bug again. To my knowledge, there is no real issues with the back of the car at all. The exhaust pipe, you can see it. I haven't had this car detailed, so it does need a little bit of a polish there. It's been a little while. Now this side, I get down really low, so this is out the back passenger side of the rear bar. If I get down underneath there, it's really hard to see. There is a little bit of paint taken off underneath the bar, so obviously hit a rock or something. I only know that because when I go and wash it I can feel it, and I had a look under there and that's what it was. But otherwise really, really good. I'm just going to pop the boot, and all you can see is darkness, I think. I'm so sorry. I was just going to show the rear wheel. How much of that you can see. Pretty much brand new, never used. Everything's just brand new. I've never had a flat space saver. All the jacks just pristine, just sort of brand new rubber tyre, never used. So it's perfect clean, probably hardly ever lifted. Back of the car, sorry you can't see it. I'll give it some light. No, I won't bother, but it's pretty clean in there, pretty straight. My pets are never allowed in the car, so the car's pretty clean, and the kids have been great, and the back seat and stuff's been covered. The rear passenger side quarter panel, really good from my perspective. No issues, no marks, no dings, no anything. Rear wheel on the passenger side. Again, dirt from road grime, very, very minor. I can't even find it now. There it is, minor. If you pick that up, gravel rash. That one was me. I'll own up to that one. That was at the car park at work. That one will hand buff out. Don't even think you need to do much with that one. That will buff out. I haven't bothered. If I kept this car longer term, I was actually going to paint the wheels black. And just to change the look of it slightly. So that's why I never got that one fixed. And the front one, which I started on, I only spotted that today. That to me is news. I'm going to try and have a look inside. Sorry, the video is pretty useless here, I think. This is that back seat has had a cover over it most of its life. My son is 7 years old. He has a booster seat. He'll probably sit in here once a week. The inside is pretty good. I steam cleaned the seats myself maybe 2 months ago. Not because they needed them, but just to keep them fresh. There's been nothing spilled in here. The pets are never in here. There's the odd bit of dog hair in here. That's from my suit because our dog sleeps inside, given it's so cold in Canberra. That comes off my suit. But you know, in my view, this is pretty good. You can see that little door handle. This is the passenger side rear door handle. There's a little scuff mark on the inside there. Haven't even tried to buff it out. So the car's pretty clean, pretty smick. Don't know how much of this is coming up in the video. As far as I'm aware, it's, you know, there's nothing. Passenger side, front door, mirror, bit of moisture on there from the car, bit of road grime. There's nothing in my view. There's nothing really to report or show. It's all good. The skirts are great in my view, even though you know, they've got some dirt and stuff on them. The not too many marks or stone chips on them, surprisingly. Again, I'm really sorry about the quality of the video. It's the only real video camera I've got right now. Inside the car, WRX seats, etc. They're all pretty good. I don't think there's any big things. Now there is a couple of marks. I won't call them stains. There's marks on the driver's side seat. They were there when I purchased the car, and they've never ever come out. They've never, and under certain light you can see them worse than others, but nothing much. Dash, everything's pretty good. You know, there's nothing much to report. On the driver's side, the carpet mats. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get in. The video may be useless, I'm sorry. Now you can see the carpet mats are torn on the driver's side. So they're torn at those couple of lugs there where they get fitted. This is the pedals. Okay. I've always been meaning to get my wife's sewing machine out and just sew those two bits of carpet back on, because there's nothing wrong with the carpet mat itself. It's just where it attaches. I've just never had the time to get around to it. So now if it's a worry, it's a repair or a replacement of the carpet mats, but they're genuine Subaru carpet mats. I don't know much. If there's much else I can say. I've tried to be as honest as I can, show the car. If there's any more questions, please give me a call or send me an email. Thank you, bye.